Long my imprisoned spirit lay, fast bound in sin and nature's night. Thine eye diffused a quickening ray, I woke, the dungeon flamed with light. My chains fell off, my heart was free, I rose, went forth, and followed thee. The Wesley brothers, John and Charles, did indeed follow, and England was never to be the same. The family in which they were raised was a strict and religious one, their father Samuel being a rector in the Anglican Church, and Mother Susanna a disciplined and pious woman. 19 children had been born into the family, yet only 9 survived past infancy. Both brothers lived out their entire lives in the 18th century, John and younger brother Charles being born in 1703 and 1707 respectively. Much like the Apostle Paul, John's early life in particular was filled with impressive efforts at proving himself acceptable to God. Yet, in 1737, after a discouraging 2-year missionary journey to the Georgia colony in America, they realized that they were the ones in need of conversion. On that outbound voyage to America, they had encountered a group of Moravian emigrants. John had been deeply attracted to their confident assurance of belonging to Christ. Indeed, during a violent storm where the mainmast was broken by the violent wind, these serene believers simply sang hymns and prayed, while the rest of the passengers and crew were seized by extreme panic. Once John had returned to England, he met with other Moravians in London. Regarding one of these meetings in 1738, John wrote, "In the evening, I went very unwillingly to a society in Aldersgate Street, where one was reading Luther's preface to the Epistle to the Romans. About 9:15, while he was describing the change which God works in the heart through faith in Christ, I felt my heart strangely warmed. I felt I did trust in Christ, Christ alone for salvation, and an assurance was given me that he had taken away my sins, even mine, and saved me from the law of sin and death." It was a most profound change, one in which Brother Charles also participated shortly thereafter, one they felt overwhelmingly compelled to share with the world around them. Largely shunned by the established Anglican Church for being too enthusiastic, they took their message out into the streets. Over the next 50 years, John averaged 4,500 miles a year on horseback, sharing the gospel and its outworking into society. The brothers spread the word throughout England, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland, often against violent opposition, yet winning thousands to Christ. Charles chose to remain within the Anglican Church and work for change. John felt deeply that change would happen more readily from outside its confines, and so began a new evangelical denomination. Every true movement of God among men affects all areas of life. Thus, within the Methodist movement were the beginnings of many major social changes as well. The abolition of slavery and child labor abuses, care for the poor, and prison reform. It is said that this Great Awakening prevented an English version of the French Revolution. Both brothers saw the importance of music to draw men to Christ and to sing his praises. John translated many Moravian and German hymns into English. Charles, the most prolific hymn writer, authored over 8,000 hymns. Charles left this world for his master's arms in 1788. John followed in 1791, active in ministry to the end of his full life. See how great a flame aspires, kindled by a spark of grace. Jesus' love the nations fires, sets the kingdoms on a blaze. To bring fire on earth he came, kindled in some hearts it is. Oh, that all might catch the flame, all partake the glorious bliss. He breaks the power of canceled sin. He sets the prisoner free. His blood can make the foulest clean. His blood availed for me.
And can it be that I should gain an interest in the Saviour's blood? Died he for me, who caused his pain, for me, who him to death pursued? Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? He left his Father's throne above, so free, so infinite his grace, emptied himself of all but love, and bled for Adam's helpless race. 'Tis mercy all immense and free, for oh my God, it found out me. Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? Long my imprisoned spirit lay, fast bound in sin and nature's night. Thine eye diffuse a quickening ray, I woke, the dungeon flamed with light. My chains fell off, my heart was free. I rose, went forth, and followed thee. Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? No condemnation now I dread, I am my Lord's and he is mine. Allied in him my living head, and clothed in righteousness divine. Mold I approach the eternal throne, and claim the crown through Christ my own. Amazing love, how can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? return.